Hello lovely dancers, my name is Aisha and welcome back to belly dance tutorials. In today's class we're gonna go over the chassé traveling step. In this class and in the next several classes I'm gonna go over some traveling steps that we use in belly dance with specific styling for belly dance. Most of them come from classical dance and several variations of these various steps. But today we're going to go over the chassé step, which is probably the most common step used in traveling in belly dancing. So let's get started. Chassé means chasing. It comes from the French word chasing. The word comes from the fact that we step with the forward leg and then the back leg is chasing the forward leg. It's kind of a three-step movement. So as we step forward with one leg, the other one comes from behind and is chasing the front leg. This is where the name comes from. Now in terms of technique for this, it's not hard to understand, it's pretty easy. The best way of doing this step is in releve. So I'm going to start in releve and it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right. Now this is a very common step used in entrances or méjancé or opening numbers. So this is the introduction part of a song, and it's called malfouf. The rhythm, the underlying Arabic rhythm, is called malfouf, and it goes like dum tek tek, dum tek tek, dum tek tek. So it's a very fast rhythm. It's a 2/4 rhythm, which means it's fast. So it's a running around rhythm. So every time you hear the malfouf rhythm in a song, it's very likely that you'll have to just run around on the stage. It's not a particular dancing step. Sometimes it's used in drum solos and it's used for accents, but most of the time it's a traveling step. Okay, a few things to go over. When you step, you want to step on the doom. It's very important to hit the doom with your first step. Doom. Tek, tek, yes? One more time. Doom. Tek, tek, doom. Tek, tek, doom. Tek, tek, doom. Tek, tek. Now I'm exaggerating the steps just for demonstration purposes, but we'll go over the styling. Doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, tek. Yeah? Very important to step on the doom. Now we step forward with one leg, the other one is chasing from behind, but they are a little bit crossed, so there is no gap between the legs, yeah? So it's not doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, tek, yeah? The back leg is crossing in the back. I'm gonna go all the way back here. So coming up, I'm gonna go doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, tek, yeah? I'm gonna use this rhythm a lot in my explanations today. So, very important to keep the legs together. There are some variations, I'll go over them. And it's a little syncopated, so it's not very smooth and continuous. Doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, tek. A few things here. When you just run around with this rhythm, you could add a little bit of a hip movement. So you put more hip into the steps and make it more oriental, yeah, instead of classical dance. You know, classical dance is very smooth and the body is very firm. But for this one, you add a little bit of curves doom, tac, tac, doom, tac. And the extent of adding the hip, how much hip you want to add into the movement, depends on the styling, on the melody, on your own personality. So play with that. If it's an Egyptian song and it sounds a little bit more Arabic, you usually add a little bit more hip. If it's more stylish song, like westernized song, then you can be a little bit more straight up without so much hip. All right, so let's play with this a little bit. Oh, the other thing is to not bounce. Yeah, so you can be a little bit playful. You can be a little bit have a little bit more energy. Instead of being all at the same level, you could be at the same level, but you could be a little bit bouncy, but not too much. Yeah, very little. We don't want to do this kind of movements, yeah? They just don't look so good, even in ballet or, more folkloric styles. So don't do, it's very rarely that it looks good. So be a little bit more smooth in creating this traveling pattern. Yeah, you could be a little bit bouncy when you add a hip, and if the song is more playful and happy, yeah. But just think about that. But most of the time you want to be smooth. It's more like a gliding movement. Even if we use the legs a lot, you try to keep the level pretty constant at a very narrow range. Yeah. So it's try to make it smooth. So let's try that. Okay, I'll try with this leg. Let's try together. 5, 6, 7, go. Doom, tac, tac, 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 and cross in the back. All right. In an entrance like this on Malfouf, you can definitely use a veil, very common, and you can play with the arms with a veil. You can hold the veil down here, horizontal, or up here. And you can add a little bit more of lower body twisting. So you can go like tuck, 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 tuck. And I'm actually going to play some music for you. It's going to be an oriental song which has the Malfouf entrance. And we're going to practice the Chassé step on the Malfouf rhythm. First without a veil, and then let's try to add a veil. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. All right, let's add the veil now. And with a veil, different styling. One more time. All right. You can also play with a veil. You don't have to just hold it out there all the time. You can do some various veil movements while doing the Chassé step. Let's see. So again, very important to step on the doom, doom, tac, tac, doom, tac, tac. Very important to keep the back leg crossed in the back. The legs are almost crossing. You can add a little bit more hip. Don't bounce too much. And about the hip, if you want to give it a even more oriental flavor, especially in ballady or folkloric, or if the sound is so it's more ethnic, you can do small steps, and they are more sideways. So this is a variation of this step. So it's a different kind of styling, and I'm gonna show this quickly. So it's gonna be more of a side step and together. Doom tek tek, doom tek tek, doom tek tek, doom tek tek. Yeah, let me go back all the way here and come to front. This is a very good way to also go in a circle or go around, because you're using the hip much more. So it's gonna be like doom tek tek, 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 tek tek, doom 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 tek tek. Yeah, another way to use the chassé step. All right, dancers, I hope you enjoyed my short lesson for today. Thank you for watching it. Just keep practicing. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments box. I'll try to address them. Also, if you are interested in perfecting some of your moves, or if you have troubles with a particular move or rhythm, or whatever you think in terms of technique or music, or how to put this together, you can just contact me, and maybe we can arrange a short Zoom session, like a private Zoom session of half an hour, maybe an hour, just for spot technique and troubleshooting. So yeah, let me know if that's an option for you. Yeah, thank you again for watching. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to like my video if you liked it. And I'll see you next time. Shimmy, shimmy.